We're speaking with Pastor Ivan McCrae, aka PI, a pastor out of Salem, Oregon, who founded and started the church Trinity Prayer House, which will be turning 12 years old this October 2011. Hello, Pastor Ivan.
What's up?
Thanks for taking the time to do this exclusive interview with us. We've been excited to have the opportunity to be the first ones to get one on video. I heard you were only 25 years old when you became a pastor and started the church. What moved you at such a young age to take on such a responsibility?
Well, it wasn't something I just grew up to be. I wanted to be a football player, playing the NFL, but the Lord called me otherwise and said, you know what? I got something I want you to do. I want you to be a pastor and I want you to start a church. And I was like, Lord, I can't talk in front of people. I sweat. I get nervous. I can't look at them in the face. And so I'll stumble over words. I'll never be able to preach. And he's like, good. That's the reason why I can use you, because you'll know it's never you up there preaching. It'll be me always up there speaking through you, and people will be receptive and they can never get mad at you for it.
What would you say some of the ministry's greatest accomplishments have been this far?
Winning souls, helping youth. That is our ministry's call, is to help youth and help elderly people, just to help people in general and win souls to Christ is our greatest accomplishment, and that's what we're pushing for. We eventually want to do lots of big things, but we're just taking it little by little, and right now just winning souls and helping youth is our biggest accomplishment right now.
We've got exciting news that you're coming out with your first solo album. How did that come about?
Well, my first solo album, I did an album in 2001 with a group, put my family group together. And they did a little album called Take the City. And the Lord told me to do it. I didn't know how to mix it. I didn't know how to do nothing on it. And I always make a joke and say that since I didn't know what I was doing, the singing was in one ear, the music was coming out the other ear. So it was all messed up. But the key thing was obedience. He told me to do it, and I did it. And then I came out with one just 2008 called Highest Praise. We Hear, or something like that. We Hear coming to take the city, something part 2. It was a big project to me because I finally got a little bit better at what I was doing, but it still was another project. I still didn't know what I was doing when it came to mixing or anything, and so it was all right. But God was still saying, you did what I told you to do. And then now how I came about to get my own solo project is that's what the Lord told me. He said, Ivan, it's time for you to go solo. And also one of my good buddies, Chad Taylor, gave me a prophetic word from the Lord and said, God wants you to minister. He wants to use you in ministry through music. And again, I said, Lord, I can't do that. That stuff, I can't get on stage and do that. I'm too nervous. I can't act. And he said, good. Again, I can get all the glory. You'll never know. You'll always know it's not you up there doing it. It's me using you. So that's how it came about.
Now, so far, you haven't done any performances in a church. In fact, they've all been in nightclubs where people are drinking alcohol, cussing, and dancing. Why is that?
The reason why I do them in clubs is because we sent CDs out to majority of the gospel people. That's what we always approached first, is because being that we're gospel rap, quote unquote, or gospel hip hop, then I just thought, well, we should go that way. And then we went there, and none of them would play it, and so we just went out of the box like the Lord told us to do, and said, send it to 107.5. It's just a short story, a long story going short. We sent it to 107.5. They put it on, and ever since then, they were like, man, we got over 1 million requests. Then the week after that, we got over 2 million requests. 2 million requests for the Water Walker. And that's the reason why and the secular guy was named Cool Nuts, and he was just giving us so much love, because he was like, man, there's a positive song out there, and it slaps, and it's got swag to it. And so that's the reason why we end up doing it on secular, because the church they weren't trying to play it. I had complaints about it's too old sounding, it's not up to date, and I'm like, then you must don't listen to music. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to judge them. I'm going the way God wanted it, so that's why the secular embraced it. And I'm out there in the secular world trying to get people saved, because that's where I got saved at. I didn't get saved at church on an altar call. I got saved drinking a 40, smoking weed, and the Lord brought me out from smoking weed, drinking, and took me back to church, and that's how I got saved. So that's why he put me back out there.
what do you want to say to the church people who persecute you or the Jesus in you for the type of ministry he called you to do?
What I want to say to them, that I just call them haters, and they hated on Jesus first, and Jesus always said, if they hate on me first, they go hate on you too. And then you have to know that haters will be your stepping stones. Haters will be your biggest broadcasters. Haters will be the ones that actually help you get to the top. It's because you won't have to do promos or nothing, because haters will go talk bad about you. And so that's what the religious people did to Jesus in his days, is saying that what you're doing is you shouldn't be doing, and what you doing, what you're saying, you shouldn't be saying. So I just embrace all haterism. I embrace every negative, and I use it as a positive, and to win souls for Christ. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do till Jesus come back.